Fuck you, Twitch. Although I think Twitch is actually sent it out, so it's fine. I think it was just YouTube. Ayo, bro, what is this? What is this fucking shit I keep getting on my YouTube? No, what is this? Nah, what is this, man? Why do I keep getting the most sketchy looking ASMR videos, man? I like listening to ASMR. It helps me sleep. But I don't want to see no fucking obviously sexualized ASMR trying to make it, you know, trying to get Simpson stuff into their chat. Bro, that why would you even sit in that angle, bro? Fuck's sake. Oh man, that's a fucked up image, that. Oh, this fucking controller, man. It's doing me nutting. I sound like Rebecca now almost. Fuck's sake, I need to stop being around her so much. It's gonna ruin my English. Worse than it already is. Alright. Time to have some fun, I suppose. Speaking of which, I need to get some actual new levels. I'm pretty sure I've got a new one. Let's have a look. Why would I ever prepare? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I could prepare myself. I could be ready. No. Fuck that. Has he got any new jobs for me to do? Have any of these people got jobs? Haha. Excellent, a new job. Oh no, this is just a redo. Bro, what is all these redos? Oh, so sad. So sad. All the good days, all the really good, parkour creators just don't bother making them anymore. Sad. Whoa, that's cool. Thomas made a new maze. That's cool. I like Thomas levels, but they're just a bit too easy for me now. Like, back in the old days, Thomas levels were really, really fun. But, like, yeah, they're a bit too easy nowadays for me. I need something more difficult. Yeah, like 50, 60%. I need something more like 20%. Something that's a little bit challenging. But we don't have much choice anymore because... I've done them all. I've done well, I've not done them all, but I've done a lot of them. Alright, I guess we'll do a Thomas. It's been a long time since I've done a Thomas race. Thomas Parkour. I don't even know where his name is on this. KM. Man, I miss KM stuff. KM is like one of the best creators I've played. His stuff is great. I love his stuff. It's so good. Oh yeah, Drip! Drip Nova. I forgot Drip Nova existed. No offense, but... Yeah. They might have some stuff. They might have some stuff. They might have some interesting stuff to do. Ooh. Alright, these are some interesting parkours. There's some interesting parkours that I've... Oh, wow, okay. So these are going to be... Oh, team parkours as well? Oh, that's good. I love team parkour. I love co-op parkours. All right, cool. I've got some new stuff to do as well. All right, I love like looking up. I love looking up like like other people's names on here because like I'll just find something that I've not thought about for ages, and it feels great. when you find someone that you've not looked at for ages. But trying to find their social club ID, that's the fucking issue. Because it's one thing to know their name on PlayStation, but for some reason, because of all like these new protections, like data protection, all this shit, it's not, you have to like give permission to share your name between the two services, like publicly. So it's really fucking difficult to find it. I think the person got banned. Oh my god, you know, he got banned. Bro, his parkours are still up, but they've been banned. Like, I legit can't find his, yeah, his, like, ID's not there anymore. That's so messed up. Wow, they banned him? Oh, wow, that's so shitty, Rockstar. Why would you ban a good creator like that just because you don't like people doing glitch parkours? Fuck you, Rockstar. No one likes you, twats. Well, fuck the bad people of Rockstar. The good people of Rockstar who make good shit, love you guys, but fuck the ones out there, the shitheads at the top of the company who think that it's okay to, you know, limit what people can do. Fuck you guys. You guys suck. But the rest of Rockstar, guys are cool. Oh yeah, I need to do a new JR level. I need to do a new... Oh, you know what? I kind of want to do a troll box. I kind of want to do a troll box from JR. I love JR's troll boxes, but it's been a long time since I've done any. And I've not done. I've still not finished the last one. Me and Rebecca started. We were gonna finish it like ages ago, but Rebecca hasn't played GTA in ages. No one I used to play with plays GTA anymore, man. I know I complain about that a lot, but it's sad because GTA is genuinely my favorite game. I mean, as much as I complain about it at times, I love GTA 5. I think it's one of the best games ever made. Like, not the single player. The single player, ugh. Fuck the single player. But the online is one of the best online games I think has ever been made. It's done a lot of things that other games haven't managed to do. It's a one of a kind when it comes to the niche it feels. Like, no other company has made a game like this online that's been successful like this. I mean, I remember there were attempts that, you know, back when, I remember that game that was made by some of the earlier creators of GTA, like GTA 1 and all that, and they made like an online game, and it ended up flopping, ended up some other company bought it and rebooted it, and it's still going to this day, but it's not very good. Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to keep up with Rockstar. Alright, so this is a Thomas level, easy parkour, Cheetah C. Thomas 10, shoutouts to Thomas 10 on YouTube. You know, he makes some really good levels. They're not the hardest parkour levels I've ever done, but you know, because I've been doing harder ones. I've been doing, you know, much harder. I went on to like doing KM levels, and that kind of took me to the next level. But before we did KM levels consistently, we did Thomas levels. That was where we started. I remember me, Dean, Yassine, Rebecca, all that. You know, we used to just grind out Thomas levels one after another. And then we went on to KM levels because we started getting we found it too easy eventually. We got too good to them, so we went on to KM levels. But Thomas levels, the good thing about Thomas is he still makes levels. I'm pretty sure he still does, at least as of November 2023. Yeah, he still makes levels. So, whereas I don't think KM does, unless if he does it on a new account now. But I've not seen a KM level in ages, so... Yeah, November 2023, so if this video goes up in like a year or two's time, maybe 5 years' time to me, yeah. I don't know whether Thomas will still be making levels. He probably will, to be fair. He'll probably just switch to the GTA 6. If there's a creator. I hope there is. If I ever upload this video, it could be quite interesting to see if Rockstar actually ended up adding a creator or not. Fucking hope they do. I'd be upset if they don't. Hey Lewis, what are you saying, bro? Turn around, down the road. I love the Cheetah. I love the Cheetah Classic. Such a good car. The Cheetah that they released in the game is, like the original game, is fine. It's just, I like it. It was my first supercar. Because it was like a classic and I had to get it, but... I prefer the Cheetah Classic. you watch Miami Vice, you'll know why. Haha. Not much, just chilling garage and smoke. Sounds fun. Yeah, I'm just chilling. Trying to do some more parkours, you know me, on my quest to do every parkour in GTA Online. Nah, I would never do all of the parkours, but my quest is to get as many as I can done before the end of GTA Online. Like, as many of the bigger ones, anyway. Fuck's sake. Bloody hell, I don't know why this is so hard. I don't know why that's so hard. Oh, that's so difficult. I don't know why. It's just like weird the way that the car reacts to that. Alright, let's just go slow. Maybe that's the solution. Like, the car just slides. There we go. No, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. There we go. Do all of them. I wish. Oh, fuck off. Bro, this, for such a apparent easy parkour, it's these things that get you. It's the more complicated stuff is the stuff that's easy usually. It's always the little finicky bits, like these bits, that get you. There we go, come on. There we go, Jesus. Oh, you bastard! Why does it bounce like that, bro? It shouldn't bounce like that. Stop bouncing, thank you. There we go. Alright, we got... That was my bad. That was my bad, that, to be honest with you. Now, the first bit is really weird. I'm not gonna lie, though. The way it feels driving up it is weird. Okay, we got it. The second bit was my bad. I don't know why I went that fast around a corner. There we go, much better, much better. Oh, fuck me. Take your time. Nah, gotta do it quick. Gotta do it quick. These are all the same. I was wondering if they're a little bit different, but no, they are all the same. I don't know why, but that last one really messes with me. It's like my brain is... It's not different in the slightest. Like, it's the exact same... It's the exact same, design. It's just for some reason it messes with me on the last turn. Alright, could you stop? Could you stop, like, sliding off? Is this wider, or is it actually wide enough to take the whole thing? It seems wide enough. Barely. Oh, it's at the top. It kind of goes in a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it's the top bit. It goes inwards. It's the top bit. If for some reason top bit goes inwards a bit instead of the same width. That's fine though. The second one though seems easier. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, that was a bad turn. I'm trying to keep the right wheel on the... Oh, I think it's this stupid thing. It's kind of... There we go. It's that, what was it even called? The pin. Is it a pin? Bowling pin? I can't remember. But that thing is kind of messing with me when I'm going around that corner. Yeah, I don't think I needed to go full speed. Well, you know what? It worked. So, okay, we're going left now. That's fine. I like going left more. I don't know why, but I like going left more. Yeah, left feels more natural to me than going right. Oh, that wheel almost got stuck. Alright, that's not so bad then. Alright, alright. Oh. It is a rear-wheel drive car, so all the power is in the back. That's not so bad. That was a nice section. That's one of those sections where if you are doing a race, like a parkour race with other people, That's one of those sections where you want to be gaining as much distance from people behind you. It's not like a really tricky section, it's just you want to be gaining as much distance whilst you can. Again, this isn't a really difficult section. There is a few explosives there though, so I guess you could mess up and hit one of those. Take someone out with you. Is it going to get harder over here? Is it? No, I was going to say, I'm wondering where the trick is with this. I think it's just one of those sections which is more for when you're playing with other people. This is one of those sections where you want to... Oh, wow, look at the way that looks. That's crazy. Wow, that's really weird on your brain. Oh, my days. Alright. Oh, my. I thought there would be more of a... I thought there'd be more of a platform up there than that. That wasn't how I intended to do that, but fair. I intended to, you know what? Let's just not even question it. Questioning it just leads to disaster. Yeah, see, this is the thing, right? Some people do like doing contact on parkour, but nah, bro. It's so infuriating, especially if you're playing with someone. I mean, it depends on the one. If you're playing a very hard one, and it's infuriating with everyone because everyone's like waiting to line up, and it can really mess up timings. But if you're playing with someone bad, who's really struggling, it can be such a pain because they'll waste so much time trying to get through it that you end up. You need time to practice, and the problem is every time you're waiting for someone else to do their attempt, you're not practicing. It's just such a waste. So doing these with contact on is dreadful. There are some parkours that have been designed for contact on and they're not so bad, but contact off parkours are dreadful with contact on. AF would be a problem because he would just ram into you and knock you off. On purpose. There's a little bastard. He keeps messaging. Have you seen him in Discord? He keeps messaging me like, he's like, Ryan, you know, and I think it's because I've not been talking to him, but he did say to me yesterday, don't talk to me. He did tell me that to shut the fuck up, in his words. So, you know what? I am. And now he's like wondering where the fuck I've gone. Bro, where the fuck am I going? Oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna let him, like, stew for a bit, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let him kind of wonder what the fuck's going on, why I'm not talking to him. But he did say that. He's like, literally just... He told me that multiple times. I said to him, fine, I won't talk to you anymore, and he's... And then today he's been like making all these comments and stuff towards like to me and like expecting me to answer, and I've just not answered him. No, this can't be right because I feel like I'm going the complete wrong way. Yeah, I think I've missed a step. Yeah, I've missed a step. I don't think I'm supposed to go this way. Oh, I think I'm supposed to go right first. It even says go right. I thought it meant like go right and then go along here and then go... I think this is what it means. Yeah. That's just a bit confused, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, he is gonna get pissed, 100%. Bro's gonna go mad about it in a couple of like days. I think he won't even make it that. I think he'll make a day. I think tomorrow he's gonna go mad and be like, why the fuck you ignore me? I'm like, well, you told me to, bro. I can't wait. This is a good parkour if you have lots of newer parkour players who've never done parkours before. This is quite a good race for that, I think. Because it's got a bit of a race element to it, which I think a lot of people like. But at the same time, there's parkour in it. I think it's quite good. He'll dip for a few months. Honestly, I'm still wondering why he dipped for so long. He hasn't told us. I think he got grounded. That's my personal theory, is he got grounded. Because he came back like literally the second day of the month, of the new month. So I think he got grounded for like 2 months. So I don't know what he did, whether he like slapped Moody or something, I don't know. But it just seems a bit sus that he comes back on like the second day of the new month. I was trying to be slick with that and go and do a little slide in, but no, that did not work. Like that, but not as good. Yeah, that's what we want. That's what I wanted to do the first time. Turn. Stop sliding. No, this is a fun little race, and I think it... Does it line up so you can do a second lap if you want to? I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, this is kind of one of those little races you could do with a group of newer parkour players who like to give it a go, but without any other real complexities. You need to get a phone charge, do you, Lewis? You don't want your phone to die. Fact die. And you got this long ending. I wonder why it's so long. I wonder if this is one of those things where, yeah, if you're playing a race with someone else, you could have a really tight kind of race here. Oh, that thing despawned. You know the little thing at the edge of the thing? It wasn't at the edge of the road. It wasn't there, the little springy thing. And it spawned in at the last second. Back you, Rockstar, your popping, your mad popping on this game. We're playing on a PS5, Rockstar, with a SSD. Come on, man. You need to improve your popping. Like, things shouldn't be popping in about 5 feet ahead of me. Come on. Are we on the PS3 still, Rockstar? Is that what we're talking? Are we on the PS3 still? Like, look how much stuff just spawns in right ahead of you. You can see it with the bushes, especially. I'm still not sure what this part of the race was for. The first part was really good, and then this bit is just like a random race to the end. It's like, and then it's like a random mine there. Wow, imagine being in the lead and you got there and smash into that mine. Wow, I'd be pissed. Yeah, I'll be doing some more. That one was too easy for me. I want one that gives me a bit of a challenge. I say that as I crashed multiple times, but you know, I still finished it quite quickly. 14 minutes, you know, it's quite good. Nice parkour, though. Oh, an old style wall ride parkour. Ooh, for the Entity as well, the Entity XF. That's cool. Is this a stunt race? I imagine so. Most people put them in stunt race categories these days. Foggy, where will it be? Oh, he'll be down here, won't it? Yeah, it'll be next page. And then it'll be entity, so it'll be an E. I don't think E is on this. No, yeah, entity is on this one. Alright, cool. You never done parkours in GTA? Parkours is just one of those things that I think most people probably never heard about or never, like, done before. I think it's one of those things that you just kind of try out of the blue. Like, you just play... You just see one pop up, or you find one randomly, and you just give it a go, and it either sticks or it doesn't. Like, for me, it stuck. And I remember trying these out a long time ago, and then I started doing them with Cave and Rebecca. We did, like, we started with, like, the big stunt races. No, this was before stunt races. We started off with just, like, challenge maps. With all the old style props, and then the stunt races came out, and we started doing stunt races, and then we started doing like more difficult stunt races, like parkour stunt races, and then here we are now doing all sorts of parkours. Well, me anyway. You miss the old days of LTSs? Yeah, LTSs were really good once upon a time. They've kind of died off a little bit now. Partly because Rockstar doesn't do anything with the creator. They've made like the deathmatch creator really good, but the LTS creator is really shit still. So people, there's a lot of new things people could make if Rockstar gave it to the LTS creator. Alright, let's see how this goes. From what I've seen, it's not a difficult race, it's just a bit of a wall ride. So I'm not the best at wall rides, especially narrow ones, but give it a go. It's not a flip wall ride, at least. Those wall rides are painful. Was Vehicle Sumo on the big bridge up by Pleo? Yeah, that was a good one. I like anything to do with that bridge was always really fun. But yeah, there was some really cool vehicle, like the sumo ones. The thing is, Rockstar's now enabled, like more like actual sumo vehicle creation, like sumo mode creation in the deathmatch creator. Woo! First one was good. I did that first time. Second one, not so good. Oh, good. It's a proper checkpoint too. It's not like what some of the other creators I play who put fake checkpoints in. Hate those checkpoints. They always really annoy me. Oh, God. That's not so bad, actually. That was actually a quite good one. Woo! You had 5 sumos on that bridge favorited. Now, that bridge was chaos. What I liked about the bridge as well is that vehicles were spawning, like random cars, and they would like speed through the props and kill everyone. Or like cause chaos. Like chaos... I think the game does best when there's lots of chaos because of the... I don't know, I just think it's really fun when there's lots of chaos in the game, and unfortunately, Rockstar's kind of against chaos now. They always limit like these things now. But I think sometimes janky stuff is better than actual like properly made stuff. This is an interesting race because it's got some aspects of like a real race to it, mixed into an old school wall ride. And now that we did this first time, we're not going to do it first time the second time around. Or maybe actually, maybe we will. Yeah, we did, but we messed up. It's fine though. We got the checkpoint. That's all that matters. Oh. I mean, you can still find that stuff. You can still play stuff like that, Lewis. You just have to... It's a little bit tricky at times because sometimes it takes a bit of time to get people to join, but you can still do stuff like that. I mean, actually thinking about it now, I could probably go back to doing LTS stuff on stream, because the reason I stopped doing LTS stuff on stream was because it was such a pain in the ass when you had lots of people, because you'd end up on different teams to each other. It was always such a buzzkill. But now I could probably go back to doing LTSs on stream if I wanted to. old GTA before businesses and all that, I suppose. But I mean, you could still do stuff like that. You can still play the game. There's still a lot of players who do classic stuff, just not as many. The racing community is still very strong. For example, I love the racing community. I don't race in it because I'm not really a racer, but there's lots of racing community stuff going on. It's always nice to see. That was an easy one. I should probably put more laps on, but it was a very straightforward one. Ooh, that's a cool looking mega ramp.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Mega ramps. Everyone does mega ramps these days, but I can't because I don't have anyone to do them with. Infernus Classicius.
It was amazing, man. I met a dwarf and a prostitute with a pet raccoon.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, for sure, man. Let's hang out.
5. I think I'm on 6 or 7. 6? Yeah. That's an I. I don't know whether that'll be on this one. No, H-I. H-I, yeah. Yeah, here it is. I've done a lot of T10 levels, jeez. I think the problem with this game for the other kind of communities is to be fair, they did a lot for the deathmatch community in like last year when they added all the new deathmatch critter stuff. But the issue with it is more so the fact that the PvP in this game just isn't very fun because of the way that the PvP works, like the auto aim and all that. So I'm hoping to see that they'll do a little bit more on GTA 6 for that. Once again, into races is really good, still to this day. You can usually find active racing communities too, where they play really fairly. You know, they'll have like rules on if you fuck up and if you knock someone else out, you gotta like wait and stuff. And people will abide by it by choice. It's really good. Oh, I didn't expect... I was going slow because I thought, no, there's no need to go fast. No, apparently going fast is needed. Oh, what is this? Kinda glad I went with my custom Infernus, to be honest with you. I'm running out of space, no! I've been running out of space for months. Bloody hell. Alright, this is more of a stunt race style parkour. This is like a traditional stunt race. Looks good. Your mate wants to start new characters to grind it again, but you not really feeling into that. I'd be curious. I actually have been wanting to start a new character just to see what it would be like to start from scratch now and see if I could optimize my grind, but I just don't have time for it. That's the issue. I'd love to do it though. I just don't have the time for it. I've got so many other games I want to platinum and 100% and work on. Uh-oh. Okay, that was... Alright, that was cool. That was cool. I like that this kind of goes back down the same route. This is a really cool little section, actually. Wow, this is awesome. I love this section. The way it kind of goes back down, but just slightly higher up. Oh, that was cool. That was a really cool section. Good shit to Thomas. Alright, should I jump on this? I guess so. Yeah, I'd have to, otherwise I wouldn't make it. Wow. That's crazy. The only thing I want to see Rockstar do is improve the camera when you're doing stunt stuff, because the camera's so annoying. There we go. That's beautiful. Oh, this is a really cool level. This is like stunt style. A little bit of parkour, but it's more of a stunt race. I like this race. This is a really fun, fast-paced race. Oh, where the fuck are we going? We're going up, but where? And where do we get out? This is a long one. Jesus Christ. Oh, we got the checkpoints. That's what matters, right? We got the checkpoint. All right. You've made so many characters that it's just so long these days. Now they've added the boost at the start. It's too easy. I suppose it depends if you had like a goal you wanted to do, like a challenge. That's how I try to make, you know, games last longer, or like, you know, get more enthusiasm and redo them by adding challenges. Like only being able to use certain weapons or certain vehicles. Try to only do, I don't know, use only a pistol and a, what's a really slow vehicle? Some really slow-ass vehicle to play the game. Oh boy, that was a bit too far. Oh wow. Yeah, that was a bit too far, jeez. I'm not sure whether I should go... Yeah, I don't think I should be going through the center. I think I should be going over it, yeah. Wow, yeah, that might have been a bit too much. There we go, that's better. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Oh, fuck. Oh, wait, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. We can salvage this. Love it. Love this car. Infernus? I'm not gonna lie, I love the design of the Infernus. I know it's not the Infernus that I was expecting. The Torero, I think it's is it the Torero? That's more the Infernus I was expecting. The Infernus Classic. But I love this version of the Infernus. It's beautiful. I feel like this one we should be going through the center. I don't know if that was what I was supposed to do, but it felt more natural going through the center on that one. Oh my days. Fuck's sake, what? Alright, you know what? Bro, where the fuck am I going? Up here? I'm getting a bit lost. I don't know where to go. Is it up here? Oh, bloody hell. No, it's definitely not there. That's the next bit. That's the next bit. Yeah, I think I am supposed to go. I'm supposed to go through here. See, this is why I wish Rockstar would let creators have dynamic props, like dynamic arrows and stuff, so that we could change the... So you could have it so that the arrow would face one way, and then it would, you know, like you could put like a big arrow, a big physical arrow in, and it would change to, you know, different direction depending on where you need to go. It'd be cool if you could script it. Scripting would be cool. That's why you've gone back and played old CODs. It's been so long since you played the campaigns of them, you actually can't remember what happens in them, and you were so young, you didn't understand it all too. Yeah, I mean, that's a good reason to go back and play an old game. I can completely understand that. Going back and playing an old game when you're more older can give you a lot of... It can kind of help you understand like a lot of the stuff that you would have missed, yeah, a lot of the context cues that you would have missed. And it's a nice kind of way to go back and re-enjoy what you know, how it was when you were a kid. There we go, that's better. I like this though, I do love stunt races, they're so fast. I love the feeling of going full speed down them. That's a bit too mad though, oh boy. Alright, what's next, Thomas? We got five more checkpoints. Oh my days, alright. I thought there was gonna be some weird kind of flip thing you gotta do. Like I did on that other, there was another parkour I did where they kind of flip the car around and boost it the other way. Oh, that was pain. Around the corners, come on. Tight around that corner. Amazing racing. You can see I'm a skilled racer. And I crashed at the last bit. What an ending. What an ending, bro. That was amazing. Oh, that was a good race. That was definitely more of a traditional stunt race. With a bit of parkour here and there. But I'd still say it was fun. You want to play the old GTAs too, but you started San Andreas, we never finished it. You never actually played any of the other ones really, just some of San Andreas, and played 4 like once or twice maybe. Yeah, I mean, that's a good one to do. I did that not that long ago, and it was a lot of fun. Like, I'd already played them, but it was so much fun going through them, and you can really... I'd say if you're going to do it, try doing it from 3 to Vice City to San Andreas like that, because if you do San Andreas first, then go back to 3, you're going to fucking hate it, because 3 is so much, like... You can see the difference that they did between 3 to San Andreas was huge. And it was only, what, like 3 years? 3 came out in 2001, San Andreas came out in 2004. So in 3 years, they went from a very good, amazing 3D game to something that was quite, like, you know, next level, really, at that point. San Andreas was really next level. And then 4 really went and just changed things up. So I'd say that, honestly, and 3 is a lot shorter. San Andreas is a lot more... like a really long game, so it can feel kind of intimidating, whereas 3 only takes maybe about 15 hours, maybe less, 12 hours if you just play the story. If you don't do any of that, all the side stuff, if you don't try to get 100%, then it doesn't take that long at all. Have I done this race before? Someone re-uploaded a bunch of Drip Nova races, which would suggest to me either it's Drip Nova or... Either this is Drip Nova's new account, or this is someone who's just like taken a bunch of different levels and uploaded them, but I think it's just... I think this is just someone who... I think this might actually be him, I'm not sure. There's loads of different creators on it, so I think maybe it is someone who's just re-uploaded a bunch of old ones that have been taken down. No idea how, but... Alright. Well, I mean, I'm always up for playing an old race that I've not done in a while, so... let's do it. It's mad how it's games that you love, but you never played any of them. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? When I was growing up, everyone I talked to, everyone I hung out with, like, properly had played GTA. Like, And all my core friends were people who had played GTA fully, all of them except for maybe one or two people that hadn't played them. And one guy, I only started playing GTA with 5. He'd never really played it before, but most of them were friends. It was like 95% of them had been people that had played GTA, all the GTAs. And it was such a big part of my childhood was GTA because, you know, we all played it. And, you know, when you think about how many there were, like when I was growing up, it was the best time to be a GTA fan because you had GTA. Let's just start from GTA 3 because 1 and 2, although I played 1 and 2 before GTA 3, it wasn't like a game that was massively on my radar. I remember thinking to myself, oh, these, like, it's a 2D game, top down. It was cool because you could run people over with buses and shit, and that was awesome. But it was 2D, and at the time I didn't really care as much. So I liked it, but I didn't love it. And then GTA 3 came out, my friend got it, and it was just, everything about it was just, wow, like, it was the first. I know a lot of people try to talk shit about GTA now because they don't like GTA 5 and they don't like to admit that Rockstar is one of the best developers in the world. But GTA 3 revolutionized like open world, the idea of open world, modern, like, you know, sandbox style gaming in a realistic world. And people can talk shit about that all they want now because they, you know, there's all these people out there like, oh no, Rockstar didn't revolutionize, it was this game, shut up. No. GTA 3 was revolutionary and it was in the press, everyone fucking talked about GTA 3, even people that didn't care for games, there was talk about GTA 3. GTA 3 was the best-selling GTA 3 was the best-selling game on the PS2. And then it got surpassed by Vice City, and then it got surpassed by San Andreas. Rockstar had 3 of the best-selling games on the bloody PS2. Because of that. And so when people talk shit about that, I'm like, shut up. No, you don't know shit. Don't fucking criticize GTA 3 just because you don't like Rockstar, you know, because they did GTA 5 like the way they've done it, you know, GTA Online. Yeah, like I do feel like that. Like how you must feel with COD, I feel like that with GTA. GTA is my game. Like it's my core game. I like COD. I used to love playing COD when I was a kid, but I lost a lot. It was never like that level as GTA. And I used to say COD was one of my favorite games, but after COD Modern Warfare, after Black Ops 1, I just lost a lot of interest. And then Black Ops 2 was kind of the end of it for me. I just kind of, at that point I was just done with it all. I was just too tired of it. But GTA, I suppose, is the core game. Like it was my core game. It's always been my favorite game, and it never will change. So yeah, I grew up with GTA 3. Vice City came out literally the year after. I was like 7 years old at that point. And then I played that, and it was like, wow, like, you know, they fucking have you know, planes and helicopters in this one. Like they went from GTA 3, which only had one plane that you couldn't really fly, and no helicopters that you could fly, to having a game where you had helicopters and planes you could fly. Like, wow. And then San Andreas came along, and then they added fucking jets, jetpacks, all sorts of different style planes, loads of different helicopters. I mean, it just changed everything, and I was like, holy shit, this is insane. Like, yeah, like, it really was big. Like, everyone was waiting for GTA Vice City, and that knocked out of the park. And then everyone was like, how can it go better than that? And that's when Rockstar showed off San Andreas and showed off they not, because the first 2 games obviously only had cities. There wasn't really any countryside. And then San Andreas got announced, and it had 3 cities, all bigger than the first 2 games, individually bigger than the first 2 games. Plus, you had countryside, and they had all these planes, and they had like 100, well, maybe not 100 cars. I don't know how many cars there were in San Andreas, but it was a lot. It was like, it must have been at least 60, 70 cars, I swear. Fucking ridiculous, man. Yeah, like, you know, you made it when you knock yourself off top. You know, literally, Rockstar did that. They did GTA 3, beat it with Vice City, beat it with San Andreas. Like, it was just all the way up for them. Yeah, I've played the top down. I've played GTA 1 and 2. Like I said, now I've gone back since. Like, I played them when I was a kid. I played them when I was like 5 years old, and I enjoyed them, but I didn't love them like I did with GTA 3. That was the game that got me into it. But I went back to GTA 1 and 2 since, and I've played them a lot, and I've really enjoyed them. London as well. I've went back and played London, both 1969 and 1961. I've played both of them, and they're really good. I'd say But the thing is that they're so different. They really need a remake or at least a remaster. They should get a remake. Like, I would love Rockstar to remake those games. I don't know whether I'd want them in a 3D universe, like a 3D version of them, but I want them at least remade with like a 3D engine. Like GTA 2 already had a 3D engine. That's one thing a lot of people don't realize about GTA 2 is that it was actually a 3D game, but it was top down. But it was a 3D game. It was rendered in 3D, and you can actually, if you get a mod that lets you change your camera angle, you can walk around like it's a 3D game. Really, really fucking good. But they with GTA 3, they were like, when they were thinking about GTA 3, they're like, you know what, we can do the same thing we did with GTA 2, but make it fully, like, full 3D, like full, you know, behind the shoulder camera, and they did it, and yeah, it was a smash hit. Like, it revolutionized it. It revolutionized it. Yeah, the London ones are really good. They're the most unique GTA games in my opinion, because they're the only GTA games as of right now that take place outside of the United States. Every other GTA game takes place in the United States. Every single one of them. The only one, I guess, that takes place out of the United States, potentially, I guess, a little bit, is GTA Online, which has Cayo Perico. But every other GTA game takes place in the United States. It's crazy. It's a really good experience. And there was even a Manchester map on the there was a multiplayer mode in GTA. See, this is the thing as well. The old GTA games had a multiplayer mode, and if you played it on, you could play it on PC, you could play it online. And there was a Manchester map for GTA London, which was really cool. So technically, Manchester's been in a GTA game. So, you know, which is something not a lot of people know about, is that Manchester is in a GTA game. They're really fun though, yeah, they're really fun. They're much more arcadey, yeah, you know, you have like points, you earn points when you blow shit up and kill people, you get points, like old school games would have. And even GTA 3 has that. GTA 3, you get given money if you kill lots of people. If you go around killing people and blowing shit up, you get money. And that's like a leftover from the old GTA games where you got points for blowing shit up and killing people. And on GTA 1, if I remember correctly, the only way to get to the next part of the map, I think it was GTA 1, you needed to earn enough points, and if you died, if you lost all your lives, that was it, you'd have to restart. I think that was how it worked. I'm not sure, I haven't played GTA 1 in years. But yeah, it's crazy. And then GTA 3, yeah, the GTA 3 had a leftover. That GTA 3 was going to have a multiplayer mode as well, by the way. And they cut all that. But it was found, you know, the people that did the trilogy remake, they when they did one of the, I think it was, I don't know, yeah, I think when they remade GTA 3, I think it was on the mobile version, though. They left in a bunch of, and I guess they did the same thing with the remake as well. They left in a bunch of code, so people have found like what the old multiplayer maps would look like in GTA 3, because these people left in a lot of the old code and say removing it. And it's quite funny actually. But yeah, GTA 3 was very much a transitionary GTA, and it should never have been as good as it was. Like, it should never have been. This is the first 3D game that they made in that style. They had made a 3D game for the N64 before, Body Harvest, I think it's called, but they never made a GTA game that with 3D like that, proper 3D like that. And then GTA 3, they did it. They managed it with GTA 3, and they did it in such a small amount of time, and they pulled it off, and it was just wow, this is revolutionary. And you know what's also cool? Vice City, right? Vice City came out a year after GTA 3. So imagine that, yeah. You know, like how you get a whole, like, I know COD does that every year, but COD's the same shit every year. They just replaster the same shit over and over again. GTA Vice City was such a big upgrade because GTA 3, your protagonist doesn't talk. Like Rockstar, it was very traditional old school GTA where your protagonist doesn't talk. He's just kind of a guy who takes, you know, jobs and does jobs. That was it, you know, just a tool. GTA Vice City, Rockstar wanted to have a talkative protagonist, and so they obviously got Ray Liotta in, and they did Tommy Vercetti. They did that in a year. They did a whole new game, and they had a whole new protagonist, and they just took it to a whole new level in a year. And I'm like, fuck me, like they did more. They did so much in a year. Like it was the prime time for GTA. GTA 3, 2001, Vice City 2002, San Andreas 2004. Then they did the mobile games, the mobile, the what they called the PSP games, Liberty City Stories in 05, Vice City Stories in 06. Both of those did amazing jobs on the hardware they were on. And then they did GTA 4 in 08. And that was revolutionary because of the fact that although it was a smaller game than San Andreas, it was just the physics engine was so fucking good and everything. It was just, that was it. If they didn't do GTA 4, we would never have got GTA 5. That's what I think a lot of people really struggled with GTA 4, was a lot of people thought that it was a waste of time and that they would have been better off just going along, like making a bigger San Andreas with the old engine. But like then it would have probably ended up like Saints Row, where the engine's really old and not very good. And that's why Saints Row feels really like the newer Saints Row games felt really like bad, even though they were really fun. They really felt really bad because they never really went through and redid everything. Whereas GTA 4 went through and Rockstar went through and did everything again. They built that, they built Rage, although they built Rage for beforehand, and they used it for the table tennis game. It was important because if we didn't get Rage, we would never have got GTA 4. We would never got Red Dead, and hence the sequels. And we probably would never got Max Payne 3 either. Hey there, West. Yeah, so GTA 4 was so critical because of that game we got, we got the Rage, and Rage is one, and I will stand by this. I think that Rage is a better engine than Unreal Engine. And I see so many games fucking using Unreal Engine, and it's an absolute joke. Unreal Engine now is a fucking mess. It has got such bad performance issues. And maybe in the future it'll be great, but Unreal Engine 5 is so shit right now, and it's open world Unreal Engine games are so bad. Like they're so laggy and they have so many issues with stuttering. But Rage is incredible. So yeah, we've got Rage. Rage has been the backbone of every GTA, every Rockstar game since, other than they did make a Chinatown Wars, which I played on stream before, and that game was incredible as well, because that was on the DS, and they remade the GTA 4 Liberty City for the most part, and they remade that on a handheld. Absolutely insane that they did that on a handheld. So, oh yeah, like Unreal Engine looks great. Although I do find that Unreal Engine looks a bit samey sometimes, depending. I mean, if a dev uses it properly, it looks great, but the problem is sometimes they don't change the default settings, and that way what happens then is that every Unreal Engine that doesn't change like the settings, if the dev doesn't bother trying to customize it fully, ends up looking the same. So I like it when devs use it properly. I hate it when devs just use it as a quick tool to make something. Like Payday 3, for example, they used Unreal Engine, and it looks like every other default Unreal Engine game, and it runs like absolute shit because they didn't bother to customize anything. The shaders aren't there. They it means that your GPU, they didn't do anything with it. They didn't try to customize it, optimize it in any way. They just kind of shoved it in there, and because of that, that game runs like ass. So that's the issue when developers just get given an engine and they don't bother making their own. I feel like sometimes is that they don't put the time in, whereas Rockstar really puts the time in to optimize the shit out of their games now. Like look at GTA 5, that game ran so well on PC, like holy shit. I ran that on an old PC back in 2012, and that shit ran at 60 FPS medium in 2012. I'm sorry, it was a 2012 PC, but it was a 2015 game. Sorry, I should clarify that. GTA 5 came out in 2015 on PC, but it was a 2012 PC, so it was 3 years old when it came out, and that PC was still running the game fucking great. No issues at all. It was on medium to high 60 FPS, no issues at all. Which I wouldn't expect from a lot of other game companies. You see a lot of games these days where the game just runs like shit. So many games these days just run like absolute shit on PC. It's actually sad. Really, really bad. So Rockstar did a good job with GTA 5, and I think they also did a good job with Red Dead. I saw people running Red Dead Redemption 2 on like old ass laptops at like, and they had to really customize it down to make it run, but it ran. Yeah, they should definitely update the PC version to have current gen stuff. But then I'm wondering if they're maybe worried about stopping older players being able to play it. You know what I mean? They might be worried that old players may not be able to play anymore, like people that have older machines. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they're worrying about. At the very least, they could add the HS2 stuff. Even if they don't want to add the new graphics options, they could add the HS2 stuff. But I think they probably just don't care at this point. They're probably too busy with GTA 6 to worry about that. Their A team is busy. That's how I look at it. I think their A team is just busy with what they consider more important stuff, which is GTA 6, and then their B team, who does the GTA Online stuff, is probably told don't fuck with it too much, because you know if they break it, it's gonna cost them a lot more money and time to fix it. So they're probably like just don't fuck with it, please. Just don't fuck with it. I can imagine that. It would be quite funny. Like, imagine someone working at Rockstar being told, don't fuck with the code. Come on. Come on. Oh, I hate the menu system. The menu system is something they need to fix in GTA 6. They could, but the issue is with, of course, is that HS2's, anything that's HSW stuff, they wouldn't be able to do it very easily because it would split the PC player base in half. If they made, like, HSW stuff only available on the new version, anyone who doesn't have that will be stuck on the old version and won't be able to play with the people on the new version. So that's why I don't think they want to do it for PC. If it was just a single-player game, they probably would. But because it's an online game, they don't really want to. Although, I mean, I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky. For the amount of like people they have, they probably isn't worth the effort. That's probably how they look at it. I mean, this is the thing, right? PC doesn't make anywhere near as much money as console does for GTA. Let's face it. I mean, on console, they probably make a lot more money than on PC. PC, if someone doesn't want to pay for a shark card, they just cheat money. So I imagine that there just isn't as much money being made on PC, so they just don't think it's worth it. Whereas like on console, it's like, yeah, they getting people to buy like a new version of the game. Yeah, that's easy. Plus, that's another thing, is on PC, people won't pay, right? People will expect it for free. PC players, I say this as someone who plays on PC a lot myself, are entitled as fuck. With console players will just accept. If they get told, you're going to have to pay for this to get the upgrade, they'll do it. Like GTA 5 on the next gen, you had to pay for the upgrade. And people just did it. People just fucking paid. They didn't care, you know, whatever. It's whatever. PC, if you do that shit, people will go fucking mad. People will be like, oh, how dare they? How dare they? We've owned this game for 10 years, blah, blah, blah. Why don't we get a free upgrade? Yada, yada, yada. And that's just how it is. So Rockstar's probably like, fuck doing that. Fuck offering it for PC players, because they'll just moan about it if they you know, so they'll have to do it for free. And what's the point of doing it for free? It doesn't earn them anything. It doesn't make them any money. So they won't do it. They won't do it out of the kindness of their own heart. And that's why I think the issue is that they won't do it. If they said to people on PC, yeah, if you pay £5 or 10 quid and you get the HSW stuff and all the PS5 and Xbox Series X enhancements, people just say, fuck off. No, we're not doing that. And yeah, so that's why they won't do it. It sucks, but that's the issue, is that PC players are entitled as fuck. That's always been the case. Whenever I go on PC, I use PC a lot. I remember just hearing all the fucking complaints, years and years and years, Steam forums, people complaining constantly about how, oh, you know, the last time this happened, I can't remember, there was a time when a game got an upgrade and it would cost money on PC and people just did not want to, they were just pissed off about it. Like, why should we buy the same game twice? You know what I mean? And that's the thing. So, oh yeah, like, you know, some people will pay for it, but the problem is that most people won't and will just fucking bitch about it online. It's not worth the fucking fury. You know, you remember how, like, anytime a developer does something that pisses someone off, the Steam reviews are just destroyed. And I can see it now, the Steam reviews. Greedy Rockstar demanding more money. Rockstar stole my children to pay for my new upgrade. Some shit like that. Honestly, people, man. That's the one thing I don't like about PC is just the fucking entitlement from players. It really pisses me off. It's one of the reasons I stopped associating with PC people as much. Like PC elitists. Not PC people, PC elitists. Like people that are pure PC elitists and don't understand how to just enjoy the fact that they have, you know, they have their platform, other people have their platform, you know, let people be happy. But I always run into it. People fucking, oh, who plays on console? Who plays on, all those fucking consoles holding us back. PC's better. Why did you buy a console when you can buy a PC? And it's like, oh my god, shut up. No one gives a fuck. Play on whatever platform you want, bro. The thing is, though, you know what's funny, though? Now that consoles have moved on to PS5 and Series X, a lot of the games that are coming out now need much bigger specs. So a lot of the games that are coming out now need at least an 8GB VRAM on their graphics card. Now, mind you, a lot of the graphics cards that were coming out up to 2023 still had less than 8GB of VRAM. Nvidia being a big one of that. Nvidia has been notorious for putting very shit amounts of VRAM on their cards, and now a lot of people that are running, you know, 6GB cards, or they're running, you know, cards that used to be really, really top end and it could play any game at like high or ultra graphics, and now are complaining because consoles have now jumped up, they need a better card. And now lots of people complain because all the new cards are really expensive. You know, when you see these like 4080s, and 4090s especially, they're really expensive cards. Even the 4070 is really overpriced. And so now people are complaining because they're like, oh, well, why can't I play this game that I could play every game that came out, but this game doesn't run. And a lot of times, yeah, poor optimization for one, but two, the other issue is that now, because console specs are now, like, because most games now are only on current gen, they're no longer on Xbox One and PS4. Now they need these higher specs. And so now people are getting really pissed off because now that console, you know, they always say, oh, consoles are so shit. If we didn't have consoles, we could have better games. And now that the consoles are upgraded so that can have better games, now they're complaining about that. Now they're saying, oh, well, why are games so fucking high end? Why do games not run on my PC? Well, you got what you wanted. Like, why would you complain about the fact that consoles are holding back your games and then complain that games are now too high end? It's like, well, make your mind up, bro. Yeah, play on whatever you want. If you want to play with console with controllers on PC, you know, who gives a fuck? I don't see why people care. Who gives a fuck what you play on? You know what I mean? Or how you play. Who gives a I don't get why people care so much. Like purists, elitists. Who gives a fuck? Play on whatever the fuck you want. Play what you want, how you want, and what you want. Doesn't affect anyone else. Some PC gamers are really good, but then, as I say, it's the elite, it's the purists, it's the elitists. It's the ones who are like 50 years old, still in their room. They're still living, you know, they're still there, living it up on their battle stations. $5,000 worth of PC every 2 years, upgrades every year, replace the PC every 2 years, and they're sitting there, 50 years old, and they're complaining that other people are using, you know, like not being good enough, not being enough of a true PC player. It pisses me off. It's like, what a sad way to live. Why is this not coming up? Transform Race, PS4. Yeah, I don't know. People are silly. People make fights out of everything. It's the same thing on. Oh man, the amount of times I see on Twitter, all I see is it's so annoying from people with consoles as well. Like, you know, they'll be like shitting on each other's consoles. You know, oh yeah, you're playing on your shitbox, or you're just a pony playing on your fucking PS5 or whatever. And I'm like, bro, shut up. No one cares what you play on. Like, no one gives a flying fuck whether you play on an Xbox or a PlayStation. Like, if someone was gonna ask me what my opinion was, what should I get? If someone said, what console should I get, PS5 or Xbox, I'd say PS5, hands down. That's just my personal opinion. But I couldn't give a fuck if you buy an Xbox, you know what I mean? Like, if you buy an Xbox, good for you. If you like those games more, if you like the stuff they do on Xbox more than PlayStation, buy an Xbox. You know? If you like single-player games, buy a PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like, if you like superhero games, you like single-player superhero games, you like playing, you know, really, really in-depth story games, buy a PlayStation. If you like playing the more variety that Microsoft has been doing, Bethesda games and you know, some of the more unique things that Microsoft have been doing, like Grounded and Sea of Thieves, buy an Xbox. If you don't like either of that stuff and you want to play just fun little chill games, buy a Nintendo Switch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter, but buy what you feel is best. If someone was going to ask me, yeah, I like single player games, what should I buy? I'll say PlayStation. But other than that, I couldn't care less. Where the fuck is this level, man? I don't get why it's not here. It's not in here, is it? No, Transform Races wouldn't be on here, would it? God, the race menu's completely fucked, by the way. I literally can't view any races with I literally can't view any races with a certain symbol in front of them. That's so bad. I don't even know how to fix that at this point. I think it's just broken permanently. Yeah, Nintendo's smart like that. The thing is, though, I think we are going into an era where console comparisons won't even be a thing anymore. Like, Nintendo does its own thing, right? Nintendo has the handheld / casual side of gaming locked down. Like, that's their thing. You know, if you're like, so many people that I've seen that aren't really gamers, but they want a games console, they'll just go for a Switch. It's cutesy. It can be played handheld. It's, you know, it reminds them of their childhood. It's one of those things. A lot of girls that I know have Switches. They don't have other consoles, but they have Switches. They don't care for PlayStations and Xboxes. They don't care about COD. They don't care about that. But they still like games. They just don't care about the typically, you know, male dominating, you know, very competitive side of things where everyone just goes around telling, you know, women to go into kitchens and shit. So they go and buy Nintendo consoles. They love playing Mario games. They love playing Zelda. They love playing Bayonetta. They love playing Fire Emblem. All that shit, you know, stuff that I couldn't care less about, but they love it. Although Zelda and Mario, I do love Mario and Zelda, but I couldn't give fucks about all these other things that they care about, that these people care about. But they buy this shit in droves. It's insane. Like, they'll talk to me about this shit. Like, they'll start telling me about Fire Emblem, and I'm like, what the fuck are you on about? But they love this shit. They're in depth to it. They love it. I'm like, oh, fair enough, you know? It's not my thing, but it's not my cup of tea, but fair enough. Like, the Switch is amazing. Yeah, the Switch is a very good console for what it is. It's amazing. I'm always really surprised by what it can do. And I'm really intrigued to see what the Switch 2 can do, because obviously the Switch 2 will have a much more modern processor. It'll probably have a much more modern GPU. It will probably have DLSS, because it's an NVIDIA chip. NVIDIA's probably going to put DLSS into it, and that will be really interesting to see how much that can upscale games to 4K, whether it can do 4K upscaling. That will be really interesting. So yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what they do with that. But yeah, the Switch is a really good choice, and I can see why people buy Switches. I have a Switch. I don't play it much, other than just to play Mario and Zelda, but you know, I can see why people buy Switches and have it as their main console. It's also fairly cheap. It's also fairly good if you have multiple kids. If you have like 2 or 3 kids and you want to buy them a console each, I've always thought Nintendo is really good for that, because you can buy, you know, back in the day, I think my family members They would have like a DS each, like a 3DS each, and you could customize it with your own theme. You could customize, you know, whatever you want, put stickers on it, and you can have your own little. It's your own little thing. So it's really good for families where you can have your own little thing. It's yours, no one else's. It's not like you have to share like a PlayStation 5. It's yours. It's only yours. No one else can have it. And then even then you could plug it into, if you had some TV time, you could plug it into the TV and then play it on the TV. So I think the Switch is a really cool console for stuff like that. I think that it serves a purpose. It's great for kids. It's great for bigger families. It's really good just for casual, like if people come around for Christmas parties or Easter parties or Halloween or whatever, you can all kind of hang out and play a game in the lounge. It's really, really good for that, and I think that's something that's really, really where it is. I think Sony will continue with the traditional market. I've had this idea for a while now. Nintendo's doing the hybrid / casual market. Sony's doing the more traditional console, sit down and play console. They have lots of different accessories. They have the VR headset. They have the Portal now, the PS Portal. They have lots of different things like that, and they want to make it like an entertainment. They want to make it the center of your entertainment, your traditional console entertainment system. And then Microsoft is kind of going towards the PC side of things. I think Xboxes will eventually just turn into PCs. I honestly see that where that's going. Xboxes will just become like a PC, like a brand of PC. Won't have full Windows or anything like that, but it will run on the more limited Windows that currently runs on the Xbox, and it will just be kind of a brand part of their overall thing. And then they're going to push more into streaming. I think that's where they're going to go. Is they're kind of going into the games as a service, Game Pass, and then that will go into streaming. So you have Nintendo with the dedicated handheld / casual console hybrid. You have Sony with the very much a traditional PlayStation console, and then you'll have Microsoft with the more streaming / hey, you're gonna rent your games from us kind of thing. Like the Netflix of games. And that's where the different directions are going to go. I think I don't see Microsoft staying in the traditional console game for much longer, because when you look at the sales, PlayStation's outselling Microsoft's consoles 2-1, some places 3-1. Like, it's insane. And I think Microsoft even announced that the majority of their consoles sold at Xbox Series S's, which is actually a surprise. So it would suggest to me that a lot of people buying Xboxes are just buying them as like kind of a little machine they can plug in. They can get Games Pass on it, and they can kind of, stream stuff as well. That's where I think Microsoft is going to go. Microsoft is going to go into streaming / kind of offering, like gaming on that as like a kind of a service type thing. So yeah, I don't see consoles going away like Xbox consoles, but I think they'll become more like a PC kind of thing where you're just, they'll just be like kind of a way to access the service. And as their streaming side of things gets better, they'll probably release an Xbox that doesn't have any internals, or like any like actual really big internals. It will just be a simple streaming box, like a Chromecast or something. Sort of like how Google did it with the Stadia, except actually competently. Because I think, like, I don't trust Google with anything when it's new, because Google will dump it quickly. But I think Microsoft will stick with it. So yeah, I that's what I see where Xbox is gonna go. I mean, Xbox literally is named after DirectX. It's DirectX box. It's going back to the roots of Microsoft. So that's where I see it going with Microsoft. They're gonna go heavily into the streaming side of things, heavily into the games as a service side of things. Releasing as much shit as they can onto the Game Pass so people buy in their monthly subscription. Because it makes money. I mean, look at Netflix. Look at everyone's got a subscription nowadays, don't they? And that's what makes money. That's what makes money for people is a subscription. So Microsoft, I think, is going to go into that. The problem with subscription services is that there's no real incentive to make a single player game on them, like a big single player game, because people need games that they keep going back to and playing over and over again to keep people subscribing longer. Whereas like games that Sony do don't really work on subscription models, because you could just subscribe for a month, play all the single player games, and then just never go back. So Microsoft is trying to make a lot of their games have multiplayers components so that people keep having to go back, subscribing for longer. Yeah, I think they're getting rid of Xbox Live Gold. They're switching it to Game Pass. Like full, it's all going to be just Game Pass. So you'll need to pay for that set of Game Pass to play online. Like I can't remember what they're going to call it, but you're going to need to have a certain level of Game Pass to play online. Bro, where the fuck am I going? It's sad though, because like Gold is such a classic name. I remember Xbox Live Silver and Xbox Live Gold back in the day, and it was so cool. But yeah, they just like, even as a person who played on PS3, I remember Xbox Live Gold and thinking, oh, you know, it's really cool. Although paying for online, ugh. Obviously now everyone pays for online, even Switch, but you know, I remember that was a thing with Xbox, and I remember thinking to myself, ugh. But to be fair, the online service on Xbox was better than PlayStation at the time because you had to pay for it. I remember when Microsoft tried bringing paid online to PC, and as you can imagine, PC players were not happy, and they basically boycotted the fuck out of them, and Microsoft went back and scrapped all that plan. Good times. Yeah, they don't call it Silver anymore. No, they've not called it Silver for years, have they? They've called it like... What is it? What did they call it? Or what did they call it? Because it's not even that anymore. Xbox Live... It was like Xbox Live something. I can't remember. Xbox Live Basic? I'm not even sure, but... It's crazy to think Xbox was kind of on top of the world at one point. Like, they weren't ever as successful. They never cracked 100 million consoles. But at towards the beginning to the middle of the PS3 era, it really did feel like PlayStation was just like floundering. Like it was really struggling. You know, anyone who was using a PS3 at the time will remember how much the PS3 was struggling, and Xbox was just, you know, really putting out really good hits. They had really cool ideas too, like the does anyone remember the Netflix thing where you could watch Netflix in like a movie theater? It was like an app, and it had Netflix, and you could watch in a movie theater with your friends, and that shit was so cool. And I remember being on PlayStation thinking to myself, oh, that'd be so cool to have, so we could, I mean, although Netflix didn't release in the UK until like 2012, but whatever. It was so cool when I heard about that, and thinking to myself, oh, that would be so awesome to be able to do. Like, they really were doing some great moves with the 360. The 360 was really good. Had cross-game chat. It had those avatars. Although I do prefer the PS Home that Sony did, but they kind of gave up on that eventually. But it was really cool. Like the 360 was a really cool machine. And then what do they fucking do? They go and say, you know what? We don't care about gamers anymore. We care about people being media consumers. So they made the Xbox One into that real big media machine. It had an HDMI in on it. So you could plug your cable box in and you could like interact with it and shit like that. It didn't work very well in the UK because none of the services in the UK really worked. It was only really a US thing, like all the live scores with sports and stuff. But I remember that they really tried to push the whole media box thing with the Xbox One, and that just killed it. That just killed any momentum that Microsoft had by the end of the 360. Was just dead in the water. And so many people switched to PlayStation 4 because of it. That and the Kinect being mandatory. The fact that you had to pay £450 for the Xbox One, and then only $350 for the PS4, even though the PS4 was a technically better machine. Yeah. Microsoft really fucked up with the Xbox One early on. And they killed any momentum they had with the Xbox. I genuinely believe had Microsoft not done really dumb move with the Xbox One, I think that the PS4 and Xbox One would have been a lot closer. I don't know. I would still feel the PS4 might just edge it out, but I don't think it would have been as extreme as it was, where the PS4 sold 120 million, I think it is, and then the Xbox One sold, I think, about 50 million or so. I think that if Microsoft hadn't fucked up with the end of the 360, I think that they would have been a lot closer, but Microsoft fucking up with the 360 right at the end and then pushing the Xbox One with the shitty Kinect, I think just and also the whole, hey, by the way, you have to unlock your games to play them on the Xbox One. You can't play without an online connection. I think that really fucked with Microsoft. I was just saying that with Microsoft, Lewis, I was saying that Microsoft had a really good chance with the Xbox One to keep up with Sony, because the Xbox 360 at one point was massively overselling over the PS3. By the end of the gen, the PS3 caught up and actually overtook the 360. But the 360 was still a very big hit, and it had a lot of momentum. And had Microsoft not been really stupid with their announcement of the Xbox One, you know, the limitations, like the mandatory Kinect, the locking of the games to only being able to play online. You couldn't play the Xbox One offline originally. You had to be connected online all the time. I mean, mind you, nowadays people wouldn't really mind that as much, but back in 2013, the internet situation was so different. So they just came out with that shit, basically told their old 360 fans, I remember that, Don Mattress, as I call him, saying, hey, we have a product for those who can't connect online. It's called the Xbox 360. Imagine telling people who've been long-term fans of yours, supported the 360 since 2005, maybe even supported the Xbox original. Imagine telling them, by the way, yeah, sorry that you don't have an internet connection, fuck you, buy a 360 or continue using the 360. Like, what a great way. And you know what Sony did? And this is still the best thing that I've ever seen from Sony. When they released an advert, they literally filmed it in the back room of E3. They released an advert saying, this is how you play games on the PS5, or this on the PS4. This is how you share games on the PS4. And they literally just give the copy of the game on disc over to the other person. And that was it. It was like 20 seconds long. They just literally filmed it in the back room. And that shit just blew up. And now, because of that, Microsoft lost the most important generation. That's what I think Microsoft really fucked up. The PS4 and Xbox One generation was the generation a lot of people transitioned to digital. And that's what stops a lot of people switching consoles now, is if you build up a big PS4 library or a big Xbox One library, switching consoles is a lot harder. So they fucked up on the most important generation. Like, they literally fucked up the most important generation. With the PS3, the Xbox 360, most people didn't have digital games. I only had, I think, a small selection of digital games on the PS3. Most of the games I had were physical. You know, full-size physical games or digital games weren't really a thing on the PS3 until quite late on in its life. And even then, a lot of times they would be like separate versions. They would be called the digital version. So almost all the digital games I have on the PS3 were PS Plus games I claimed. Because I was a PS Plus member from day one, so I claimed all the PS3 games. So Microsoft fucked up literally at the worst time. And I was saying that I think that had they not fucked up with the one early on, I still think Sony would have edged them out. I think Sony still would have the edge because the PS3 did outsell the 360 in the end. I think that Sony would still outsell the Xbox One with the PS4 had they not fucked it up. But I think it would have been a much closer deal. I think maybe a max of 10, maybe 20 million consoles difference. Maybe. It depends. I think the PS4 would still have outdone the Xbox One by the end of the gen because of the single-player games they dropped. But I don't think it would have been as big. I think it would have been a much smaller gap, and it would have meant that Xbox would have come into the Series era with a much different mindset. But because of them fucking up on the One, they really had to struggle to get back. And now we're seeing it with the Series, where the majority of people with the Series have an S, not an X. And that's why they're really pushing their games as a service, you know, the whole, you know, Game Pass and streaming and all that. That's why they're doing that now. It's because they realize they can't compete on a pure console-to-console hardware sales level. So now they're having to find alternative ways to compete, which is Game Pass and streaming. So, but you know what's really funny? They fucked up with what's it called? Oh, what's that? Mixer. Mixer, bro. Mixer would have been amazing if they combined it with the Xbox Game Pass, like the streaming. Imagine if you could just stream. Imagine if you could just go and like load up a game on there and then stream it to someone, and then other people could just literally like load up a game straight away from Mixer. If they had Xbox, you know, Games Ultimate, they could go on Mixer, see someone streaming it, and then just stream it straight away, like themselves. So I don't know. I think they fucked up on that. Bro, this chair's so comfortable now. I keep moving around in my chair trying to get comfortable. I just cannot get comfortable. I'm getting old. I need a recliner. They fucked over Forza Motorsport. They just released a lazy build using 2005 models for cars. Really? They used 2005 models? I know that Gran Turismo used to do that, where they would include like old PS2 models for like some of the older cars. Which I don't mind so much if they do it for like some of the older cars that wouldn't have got new models anyway, but it's not a good look if you're doing it. If you can't at least bother to try to redo some of the models here and there. Yeah, I'll always be annoyed about Mixer. I fucking loved Mixer. Mixer was so good. Oh my days, man. Mixer was so good. It was, it looked great. It looks fucking great, or it looked great. It had those things that you could come up on screen. You had points built in, levels built in. It looked nice. They had like the little gems and the little kind of cool looking designs for the levels. Man, they had such a cool looking interface, and they just fucked it all up. They sold it off to Facebook. Why? Just as they're releasing their new streaming service. Why? Why would you do this to me? I love Mixer, man. I had like 200 people follow me on Mixer in like barely any time at all. Like, it was so good. There was such a good amount of like people could find each other really easy on it. Like YouTube, fuck YouTube. You can't find anyone on YouTube. That shit is hard to find people on. Twitch is better, but still not perfect. Man, Mixer was great. I'm never gonna forgive Microsoft for Mixer, ever. I'm always gonna talk shit about Microsoft about that now. Because I fucking loved that fucking service. And then they sold it off to fucking Facebook of all people. Facebook, why? Why would you sell off to Facebook? Facebook's shit. You found me through YouTube. Honestly, that's amazing. I mean, to be fair, you're not the only person who's found me through YouTube, but fuck me, YouTube is hard to, like, search. Like, I'll look up people on YouTube, and it'll just give me random people that have nothing to do with the game. Like, there's no real categories, I find. And, like, the game, there's no way to, like, set my category, so it just kind of takes what I put in a title for the game. But then sometimes it will take something, like, I'll put in a title something like, you know, I don't know, let's say GTA, you know, playing GTA, whatever. Sometimes it will do that, and then it will put, like, San Andreas or some shit in it. I'm like, how the hell do I change that? I gave up with it. I gave up trying to change it. So I just like don't bother. I just leave it and let it figure it out for itself. Less RP streamers. Oh, that is an improvement. Yeah, that actually would be an improvement. No offense to RP streamers, but fuck RP. Make that a separate category, please. Oh my... I just drove into that. Bro, how did I drive into that? How did I not see that? That's obviously... Oh my god. It's obviously raised. So obvious. Should I get into RP, yeah? I couldn't do RP. I've thought about doing like a casual RP before, but I can't find any good servers for it. A lot of the servers are like more... There are some more casual ones, but there's still a lot of roleplay elements. And whereas I want a casual server that's a little bit of roleplay, more GTA Online style, but with a little bit of roleplay added in. That would be fun. I think that's what Rockstar's going to do for GTA 6. I think that it'll be very much like GTA Online, but just with a little bit of roleplay added in. Like there'll be like more normal things to do, more normal jobs and stuff in the game that you'll be able to do to kind of roleplay, but it won't be like proper roleplay. I think there'll be like maybe groups you can join, gangs and stuff, like more like it'll definitely make it more of a RPG MMO, like MMORPG rather than just an MMO this time around. But I don't think they'll do like proper full roleplay, like, you know, the shit that people see on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, and you know what, Lewis? I've noticed is YouTube and Google are both really bad now for searches compared to how it used to be. Remember when Google search used to be amazing? Nowadays, I just get loads of random shitty ads, and like people that are, like websites have nothing to do with what I'm wanting. It's just whatever shit that people put on their website and make it so that it appears in the search results. Sad, you know. Because Google search used to be amazing. You could do so much with it, especially if you knew how to do the advanced stuff. You can still do the advanced stuff, and it does help, but it's not as good as it used to be. Before, I used to find that even the simple Google search could do really good things back in the day. Fuck you, you bastard. Yeah, they're re-pushing ad blockers, aren't they? Stop ad blockers, aren't they? Thing is, right, I use YouTube Premium, so because I'm happy to pay YouTube Premium. I use YouTube a lot, and I listen to ASMR a lot in bed on the PlayStation, and you can't use any sort of like ad block on that. Well, you can use DNS-based ad block, but it's not great. But still, you could do. But I don't care if someone wants to use an ad blocker. It doesn't bother me. But if you go on the YouTube... If you go on the YouTube subreddit, it is so funny. There's so many people on there who are complaining, and then there's all the other people who constantly trying to act like, oh, anyone who uses adblock is a child. Just pay for... You should be paying for what you use and all this crap. I'm like, what? When did people become such bootlickers, you know, to big corporations? Like, when I grew up with the internet was very much like the Wild West, and it was kind of, you know, the idea of paying for stuff other than maybe the most niche stuff for small developers or small, you know, companies that make good products, that was non-existent. Like the idea of paying for big companies stuff was just pretty much non-existent. You know, it was like, oh, you would pay for a subscription to watch, you know, something like that. Like the idea of paying to watch YouTube was just stupid. But nowadays everyone's like, oh, just pay. Like, shut up. I pay for YouTube. I don't give a flying fuck if others don't. I still use uBlock on a lot of YouTube anyway. When I'm on my desktop, I have uBlock turned on anyway. Even on YouTube. Even though I pay for premium, I still have uBlock on. So, I don't know. I think that people are just being stupid when they're like, oh, just pay for it. Like, not everyone can afford to pay it. Not everyone wants to pay either because they don't think it's worth it. And it sucks because like they do that now on the Discord. Oh my god, bro. The Discord YouTube together is so shit now. Me and Dean were in it earlier listening to music, and it was just constantly adverts. Every song he put on, advert. 2 adverts, 20 seconds each. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, bro, I pay for YouTube Premium. Why is there no way for me to connect my YouTube account to, like, I mean, it does. Discord lets you connect your YouTube account to the Discord. Like, you can do that. So why the fact does it not let me skip adverts? Like, why does it not let me, you know, not have adverts? So clearly it doesn't fucking work. Clearly Premium doesn't always work. So when that shit happens, I'm like, you know what? Fuck Google, fuck YouTube. You blob, bitch. I love this car, by the way. Oh, I fucking hate this car. Yeah, it should be a thing. I don't know why it's not. I've been thinking that for ages. Like, why can't I have it? And it would be cool if you were hosting the thing, if it wouldn't give adverts to other people or would, like, reduce adverts for other people if you had Premium. Like, if I had YouTube Premium and I hosted YouTube together, it'd be awesome if it, like, reduced everyone else's adverts by 50% or some shit. Or gave everyone, like, an advert-free time. Like, maybe half an hour advert-free or some shit. Like, that would be really fucking good. And I would love that shit. I would absolutely love it. I would be, you know what? Thank you, YouTube. Love that. No, they don't do that. They're too cheap. Fuck them. I'll still pay for Premium, though, but I'm annoyed. The only sub you pay for is Spotify. Yeah, a lot of people I know will only pay for Spotify. Although I wouldn't be surprised if Spotify ends up upping their prices a lot soon. I'm surprised it's not up to already. Everyone else is. Oh. Back. I don't think I can get out of here. Oh no, I can. Of course, because it's this. I love this car. Oh, I love this car so much. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. You pay for Spotify, Netflix, Discord, Amazon Prime. Yeah, similar to me, Lewis. I pay for... Although I used to pay for Netflix, I don't anymore. I only have... what's my current ones? I have YouTube Premium. I use that both for music. Actually, YouTube Premium Music is actually really good now. They just need an app on they just need like a dedicated program on Windows. Because it's a little bit annoying having to use the browser all the time, but whatever. I have YouTube Premium, but I mostly just use it for ASMR, like ad-free. I have Amazon Prime, because Amazon Prime... You have to have Amazon fucking Prime, like... I order so much shit from Amazon, I had to. I have Discord. Although, I'm always thinking, should I cancel Discord next year? Because I do think that they don't really offer enough for Nitro. Like, Nitro's not really good, I'll be honest. But then I'm like, oh, but I like having the boosted server, so fuck it. I gotta do it. ASMR with ads, RSG stare, legit. No, legit, that's exactly the face I have whenever I hear an ad. That's exactly why I got YouTube Premium. And then I have Disney Plus. I pay for me and Rebecca's Disney Plus. I get the year edition, you know, the year version, so I pay less. Although they have now upped the price, but I locked it in, so it's fine. I think that's all I have for adverts. Oh, I also have a VPN subscription. I wonder why. I wonder why I have a VPN subscription, you know? Oh, fuck this. No, what the fuck? Why did it reset me here, bro? No, Thomas, that's mean. That's so mean, Thomas. Why would you spawn me back here? Nah, Thomas. Yeah, legit. Nah, legit, Lewis. That's exactly why I got YouTube Premium. Because I need ASMR to sleep. I absolutely need it. And I was just like, you know what, I'm not playing around anymore. Partly because I got it discounted. They gave it, I think they gave me YouTube Premium for free for like 6 months. And I just kept it. I was just like, you know what, I don't mind paying for it. And I loved it so much, I was like, you know what, fine. But I literally don't use it for anything else. I occasionally listen to music on it, but most of the time I just use it for ad-free ASMR. That's literally, I had to pay... I pay like 15 quid a month now, or whatever it is for that, but it's fine. But yeah, there's nothing else that I really have. I used to have Netflix, got rid of that shit. Netflix can suck it. Disney Plus can suck it next year when they when I have to pay the higher price. Amazon Prime, I'll keep it just because I love Amazon Prime delivery. But other than that, they can suck it. And to be fair, me and Rebecca do watch a lot of Amazon Prime video stuff, to be honest with you. So, yeah. I haven't tried Paramount Plus, but I would like to. Mr. Checkpoint, you know, I thought that too. Oh my god, you're actually... Yeah, yeah. No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. I thought it was going to be... See, look at the positioning of that. It's right above the other one, see? So I thought it was going to be down there. I thought it was going to be down there, but no, it's... You have to go around this twice. Fuck's sake. I've done it too early. It's fine. I was like, this is way too hard for a Thomas race. Like, Thomas races are usually quite accessible, so I was like, damn, why would a Thomas race be this hard? But, yeah, you know what? That was it. It was in the wrong... It was just over there. It was hidden away from me. The one time I actually got up here without having to go up this bit again. To be fair, the recent Thomas races have been much harder to navigate. Oh well, that's fine. Now it makes sense. Wait. No, he's not gonna make... He's gonna make me go back in, isn't he? Thomas! Thomas! Why are you making me do this, bro? Nah, bro's actually evil. Look at him. He's making me go back in multiple times. There we go. Jesus Christ. Once was not enough, apparently. Thomas is making me do it multiple times. What is this? But now, all these subscription services, man, they're so fucked. Oh yeah, I also pay for PS Plus, obviously. For PlayStation. I only pay for the essential one, though. Fuck the extra one. Especially the premium one. What else do I pay for? Do I pay for anything else? It's hard to tell because I just buy a bunch of shit. Like I bought like 10 years worth of PS Plus a couple years ago, so I don't have to think about it, but yeah, I keep forgetting I have that. I try to do that with a lot of the subscriptions I have. I try to buy like years in advance, like years worth, and then I don't have to think about it. Luckily, the guy you watch for ASMR does hour-long videos. That's enough. Yeah, legit. That's the good thing about like a lot of the when they do the long videos, you can get around that. But you know what YouTube does now? Sometimes they try to like force adverts in, even when the creator doesn't want them. It's such a dick move. I think that what YouTube should do is they should provide what could be called quiet adverts, which could be put on things like ASMR. That would then mean that the advert would be quiet. It wouldn't be allowed to be one of those ones that are like full volume. I suppose a phone bill would be a monthly subscription, yeah. I suppose it would count. But I suppose then that could mean that anything that you pay like a direct debit on or any sort of like monthly payment on, so, you know, then you could be like, oh, well, home broadband, you know, water, gas, electricity, all that shit. You know, etc., etc. Fuck's sake. car's busted up. I like this car though, I'm gonna buy it. I think I said that last time I used this car in a race, in a parkour. I never did, but I'm gonna buy it. I promise. Oh my, oh, that's actually a good point. The heated seat subscription, no, cars. It's disgusting that cars are now trying to charge subscriptions, bro. No, like, that's disgusting. How can you charge for a subscription to use a fucking feature in a car that you've already paid for? It's so fucked up. Like, the car clearly has the feature built in already. So I think some people say, well, you can pay a little bit extra to have the feature unlocked permanently, kind of like when you buy the car. But I'm like, well, if the car already has the hardware to do it, then you shouldn't have to pay to use it. You've already paid to get the hardware in the car. Like, why should you have to pay to use it? That's some bullshit. Greedy bastards, honestly. This world is all going to become subscription-based soon. Like, everything is going to be... Like, no one's going to own anything. That's where it's going. Like, software is already like that now with, for example, Adobe or Office. I don't think Microsoft now sells Office individual. Well, it won't be anyway. I don't think they're going to be offering Office for much longer, separately. And Adobe doesn't let you buy Adobe products without a subscription now. So you literally you have to subscribe, and it's the case in a lot of things now. You have to subscribe. You're just permanently stuck subscribing. And think about it. You know, with things like rent, you know, you'll be renting. That's like a subscription. You'll be renting for most of your life. You know, people have to finance cars. They don't buy cars now. A lot of people finance them, so you're renting a car effectively. You know, you're subscribing to, you know, all sorts of shit that you never own. You don't own any of the products, any of the software you use. Microsoft Game Pass, you know, you're not going to own any of the games you pay for. Netflix, Spotify, none of that shit you own it. None of it. You own none of it. And it can be taken away from you in an instant if they want. It's fucked. It is. It's a way to milk you more, yeah, legit. It really is just about milking people and making as much money as they can from you. I bet that soon you'll have to pay for... Oh, then again, though, yeah. If you have, like, a grave site, I'm pretty sure you have to pay for that, like a subscription for that. Although it's usually from your estate, but still. Shit's fucked. You own nothing and you will be happy. You own nothing and you'll like it. This is why I don't like things that aren't... That's why I don't like subscriptions. I try not to use subscriptions too much. I try to have all my... I try to get a lot of media backed up, and so I can keep it and use it for myself, like, forever. Yeah, that's the thing, right? So the thing is, right, think about it. You could have paid thousands of pounds to a company over like 10 years time to have all their shit. And then one day they just say, "Hey, sorry bro, we're off." And that's all that money gone. That's all that money gone and you got nothing to show for it. I like the look of this car. Oh my god, it's actually quite quick. I don't think I've ever driven it. Fucking hell. You want to pay Netflix once and just record and store your shows and films you want to watch? I mean, the best way to do it is, honestly, get physical media when it's cheap and then just rip it to your machine. If you want to do it the legal way. You know, there's other ways to do it, you know. You can sail the 7 seas and get all your media you want permanently. But if you want to do it legit, honestly, Blu-ray... a Blu-ray drive on the PC. Easy way, you could rip all your Blu-rays, rip DVDs, beautiful. CD ripping is still very easy to do. I know Gaz still does that. Gaz is hilarious, by the way, because he'll buy CDs. That's his favorite thing. He'll go to a store. I don't even know where you get CDs anymore. I guess HMV. But yeah, he goes to stores. He gets CDs, and all you hear when he's on his computer is him like opening his fucking disk drive on his laptop, shoving the CD in, and then ripping the songs to his computer. And then he spends ages manually putting all his songs onto his phone and shit through iTunes. I didn't know they even still used iTunes. Bros from another decade, I love it. But it works, and it means he owns all his shit. All those songs are his, he can't lose them, no one can take them away from him. Unless if he somehow forgets where he placed them, but you know. You want, you want to pay for Disney Plus for Family Guy, but it's not worth the price of just that one show, yeah. I mean, I suppose though, Lewis, if you're gonna go as far as just recording something like illegally off like a show that you don't own, like off a service, then you might as well just download the films and the shows directly from, you know, online. Like if you're gonna record it off Netflix, you're still breaking the law technically. Or Disney Plus, you're still technically breaking the law, so you might as well at that point just go straight away to the, you know, pirating aspect of it. It's quite hard to record stuff off Netflix and Disney Plus and all that because they all have protections built in now. They all have some level of DRM and protections, which means that software struggles to record. That's why it can be quite hard to say watch. Like, say, for example, if you try streaming Disney Plus or Netflix to Discord, sometimes it's just a black screen. And so you got to do things like run it in Firefox. But the problem is then you're limiting your visuals because a lot of these streaming apps, if the DRM isn't working, if the copy protection isn't working, then, like if you're running it in an unsupported browser, then it will just limit the output to 720p or lower, but it won't give you like the full 4K version that way. So in that situation, you really might as well just, you know, get it straight from the source. If you're already gonna be breaking the law anyway, you might as well just go the full way. It's like when people used to just record things off the radio. I guess that's technically breaking the law, but I mean, at that point, you might as well just go on fucking onto Pirate Bay and download it there. Not to say that's the best way to do it. It's definitely better if you can get a private tracker, but like an invite-only private tracker. But I mean, to be fair, for things like music and video, as long as you know, if it's in the right format, the risk to you is almost nothing. Like, I would never download a game from a public tracker because you don't know what the fuck people have hidden in the game. But a normal film or a bit of music, you probably could just download it off a public tracker, like Pirate Bay, or any other known public tracker, and you'd be fine. Fuck you. Not saying that I condone piracy, you know, I'm just... You know, if you want, you know, if people want to pirate, that's up to them. I don't condone it. But do I have any sort of sympathy for the big private companies that keep putting prices up all the time and trying to fuck people over? No, I do not. So fuck them. Do I feel bad about the little guys who made the product? Sure. But they don't get most of their money anyway, so most of the money goes to the big fat fucking cats at the top, so fuck it. I don't give a fuck if the CEO loses his bonus because too many people pirated their stuff. I don't know why I thought that was like a ramp or something. You know, I've always listened to the words of Gabe Newell. He said that piracy was not necessarily a he basically said that piracy was a service problem. If it make it hard to get a game, if you make it hard to get a product, people will pirate. And one of the reasons why I think Steam has done so well is because it's made getting games on PC extremely easy. You can just just buy the game, one service, you download it, it's done. And I think a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people who said that they stopped pirating when streaming became a thing, because you could just, why would you pirate if you had Netflix? Because you could just watch everything you wanted for a small price, easy peasy, done, dusted. Why would you pirate? Well, the problem is, of course, is now everything requires multiple services. You've got to buy subscriptions to about 4 or 5 different services if you want to get everything you want to watch. And it's all very expensive. All the services cost a fortune these days. And so people are now deciding going back to pirating. And so I'm like, well, that's very true. If you make getting your shows hard, if you have to subscribe to 3 or 4 different platforms just to get all the shows you like, you got to pay, close to 60, 70 quid at times for all that, then no wonder people don't want to fucking do it. Yeah, like legit. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. People, they just want more. And they put the prices up. Like, all these companies could put the prices down and people would subscribe happily. And they don't need to put prices up. Like, none of them need to put their prices up. You're literally making money off all your old shit. I can't believe I fucked that up. You're literally making money from all your old content from years ago. Like, why do you need to charge £20 a month to watch content, a lot of which came out 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago? It's just bullshit. It's just absolute bullshit. And then they wonder why people don't want to pay that shit anymore. So I don't necessarily condone piracy, but I don't care about the fucking companies. And if people want to pirate, they want to pirate. Fair play to them. That's their choice. There was a developer I saw today on Steam who wrote in the discussions, if you can't afford our game, just pirate it safely, from a safe place, from a safe tracker. And I love that, because it's like, he, as a developer, he cared more about having his product seen by other people than making money from it like that. And you know what happened? Loads and loads of people who saw that went and bought the product, even if they didn't actually care about it. Even if they never actually cared about the product, they went and bought it to support someone who would care more about their product being played by people who want to play it than making the money. And so that person ended up making more money from basically saying pirate my game than they would have if they'd been really hard ass about it and been like, oh, don't pirate my game, that's fucked up, kind of thing. So because of that, he got rewarded. And that's exactly it. I liked it as well. There's a couple YouTube channels I watch who have Patreons, and they say, if you like our content, but you just can't afford it, or whatever, write us an email, and we'll give you access for free. And again, that's nice as well. because it means that people can go and watch the content. They can get the content for free, and if they can afford it later on, they'll go and buy it. And you give someone you treat someone well, because not everyone comes from countries where there's lots of money as well. That's another thing. Piracy is very big in countries where income is very low in comparison to, say, the West. And I can't really hate on that, because of course, if you're someone who lives in, like a third world country, or somewhere that's maybe like in the middle between in between, like the West and, say, a third world country, your income's not going to be high. This happens a lot in the Eurozone, actually, because in Europe there's laws that mean that the market has to be consistent. You can't sell something cheaper in one part of the market than you can in the other. So the issue was, in the old days, for example, on Steam, Valve used to offer Eastern European rates. So if you were in Poland or somewhere like that, you could pay less. And then there was also a third region for even poorer states where they could pay even less. So you would basically pay less than people living in Germany or France. But what happened is the European Union changed the rules to prevent that, because it meant that people in France and Germany were taking advantage of cheap things from the eastern states digitally, and then it was affecting the market. So they removed that, and they banned that. So all the prices have to be the same throughout the market, or at least they have to be charged the same rough price or whatever. So now it means that countries like Poland and Hungary and Romania and all that have to pay the same prices typically as Western countries. And that sucks, because the wages in those countries are nowhere near Western. Like, even in Poland, which has really advanced in the last few years, like Poland's gone from being a very poor country after the Soviet Union collapse to being obviously not rich, but fairly good, like very, very good for what it was. But wages in Germany are still like double what it is in Poland. And so you have people in Poland and they're being told, yeah, you got to pay 70 euros for a game like a German would, whereas a German would be paid double, maybe triple in some cases, what a Polish person would. And they're literally neighbours. So how is that fair? How is it fair that just because you live across the border that you're paying a fortune more? And so we've seen that's caused a bit of a rise in piracy, because people in Eastern European countries can't pay the same amount. They don't make the same amount as Western European countries, and yet they're expected to pay the same amount. One day it won't be an issue. One day in the future it won't be an issue, because Eastern European countries should hopefully be quite on the same level as Western European countries. That's the ultimate goal with the European Union, is that Eastern European countries will end up being as wealthy as Western European countries, and it will be much balanced. But we're still looking at least another 10, 20, 30 years away from all that happening, depending on your country. So that's kind of a problem for people living in the poorer countries. And then when you think about other European countries that might be joining soon in the future, I know that there's a lot of desire for Albania to join the European Union, for example. The issue with that is, of course, Albania is very poor, very poor, and that's going to be very hard for them, because then if they're suddenly being asked to pay, European Union, the price, like 70 euros for a game, fuck, that's not going to be doable. So yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate though, because people take advantage of things like that as well. We're seeing the same thing happening in I think Turkey and Argentina are both having their prices increased because people keep signing up from those countries. Like, there's a big thing at the moment with YouTube Premium, for example, where people say, put your account as Turkish, because then you only pay like a couple, maybe I think it's like £2 a month for YouTube Premium. But then the problem is that the more people that do that in Western countries, it means that then what happens is YouTube shuts it down in Turkey, which means that Turkish people then have to pay the full price that Western countries pay to stop people taking advantage of it, which is not very fair. So basically, it's just a shit situation for everyone. Yeah, I'm wondering why you've not been added to that yet. I remember that was supposed to be a thing, but I think that the Dutch have vetoed it at the moment. I think the Dutch did. I think the Dutch are not very big fans of it right now. The one issue with that's the only issue I have with the European Union myself. I like the European Union. I think it can be great, but the problem is that the veto system is so fucking stupid. And I understand why it was introduced back in the day. I understand why the veto system was introduced, because it gave countries a lot more it made them a lot more comfortable, that they didn't have to necessarily follow things that might affect them, like harm them a lot. But it's just fucked up that one country can just veto in some cases, and then there's depends on what it is. Some things one country can veto everything, which is bullshit. One country can veto 26 or 27 others. That's absolute bullshit. So I don't know. I get really annoyed about the veto system in the EU. I hope that's something that will be scrapped in the near future. I know it won't be, because people will just veto it, won't they? But it's bullshit that one country can say, "Yep, fuck you, we don't want that," even if it would help all the others. Really, really pissed me off. That's the only issue I have with it. Other than that, I like the European Union. Not that it really matters right now, because the UK left, but you know, one day we'll rejoin. One day we'll be back with it. You know what? I hate the fact that now I want to buy some Payday merch, right? I love Payday. I like, well, Payday 2. And there's Payday merch, right? But it's sold, it's German. It's a German company that handles it. So if I want to import it to the UK, before, it was free, you know, to import to the UK. I didn't have to pay anything. It was free. Even though we use a different currency, the pound, it was free. You know, you didn't have to pay any charge for it. So the only difference was it would be converted to euro, so I'd have to pay a small fee to convert my pounds to euros, about 1.2%, I think it was, on my purchase. And I managed to get all that shit imported to the UK. Took about not even a week. It took like 3 days, and that was it. No issues, no concerns, whatever. If I want to do the same thing now, I have to pay import, and it has to go through all the stupid checks to get here. So, surprise, surprise, I haven't bought anything. I mean, then maybe they've added a British store since, I'm not sure. But fuck paying for imports. That's some bullshit. Import taxes are bollocks, that's what they are, so... Yes, I'm just stuck with that now. I used to buy from a lot of different European places that I don't buy from anymore, because I don't want to deal with that shit. Sad. Wait, where the fuck am I going? I'm so confused. Bro, this map is confusing. It's not a parkour that just kind of... You kind of know where you're going. You're very much having to figure out the route at times. I like this truck though. I will say this though, if we do rejoin the European Union one day, I don't really care if we switch to the euro, but I kind of like the pound. I don't know. I like having the pound just because it's historical. But I suppose one day it won't really matter, because it's not like coins and notes are going to be around forever. And so once it's all digital, who really cares what it's called, right? I mean, they could just... Yeah, I mean, they literally could just move us onto the euro and then just keep the pound sign and call it the pound in the UK. Be done with it. That'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting way to go about it. You know, they put us on the euro, but then they just keep the pound sign and call it pounds in the UK. Simple enough. Simple enough. I thought that was solid for a second. Ugh. This was fun. I've done a lot of races tonight, haven't I? I think that'll be it, though. I think that'll be it. It's been, what, 2 hours and 15, so that's actually decent for me. I was hoping that Joe would be on still, but I think he's gone to bed early because he was going... I think he's probably doing something tomorrow. He typically does that when he's doing something on Saturday. He'll go to bed early. But I was hoping he would be on because I actually kind of want to play Fortnite with him. Because, I don't play Fortnite. I've only played Fortnite once. Literally once. I played like 3 games of it once when it first came out in beta with Cave and Rebecca and yeah, we played like 3 games of it. It was fun, but we just didn't really get into it. But it would be fun to give it a go. But I think Joe is not. Yeah, I think he's gone off, so that's fine. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, that's fair, Lewis. Maybe we can get on it tomorrow if everyone's up. That would be cool. That'd be fun. I'd love to do that. I'd love to play some Fortnite OG, whatever the fuck it's called. OG season. Deposit. Fact high and want fact sleep. Yeah, legit. That's fair. Now, we'll keep an eye on it though, Lewis. Maybe tomorrow we'll see. But yeah, I don't think Joe's on, so I think he'll be okay. I think he's gone to bed. So, and I'm not playing with Spade. Fact Spade, bro. I need to update it anyway, so I think I need to anyway. I don't think I've updated it yet, so. How much is it? Fuck, 10 gigabyte? Well, that's fine then. But yeah, I'll get it downloaded anyway for tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see if Joe's on, and maybe we can get on that. Give that a go, but yeah, what's his name? Spad for that. I don't want to play with Spad. But yeah, have a good one, West. Take care. Same with everyone else. You know, I hope you all. Thanks for anyone who stuck by the stream as long as you did. It was fun. I do like getting on GTA here and then. It's nice to get a kind of a longish GTA stream for me. In every so often. So I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I might play GTA for the stream. I don't know what time it will be, if it'll be earlier or later, or when it will be. Hopefully earlier. I was going to be on earlier tonight, but I was busy. So I'm hoping tomorrow I can get on a bit earlier and then actually do some GTA. I would like to do some more parkours, but also I'd like to do some of the other things. I might try some other things. I might do, maybe I'll play around with some heists or something, or do a LTS or something. We'll see. But we'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow. But anyway, in the meantime, take care. God bless. Enjoy your nights. Enjoy your days. Catch you then, or catch you on Discord, or wherever you may be. Bye.